Just got done with my long walk, get my steps for the day, 6,100 so far. I'm good. But I want to break down this question or this idea or dismiss certain ideology about men like Bill Belichick or other successful 1% men like the Shannon Sharpes of the world that go with younger women. Ladies, gentlemen, I'm only the messenger. I'm only here to deliver straight, honest truth. I don't care whether you like me, hate me, disagree with me or not. This is the way I see it, and this is the way I have analyzed it in my brain. So, without further ado, let's continue on. Simps, I could care less what you think. If you're sitting at home with some 350-pound chick and you just mad because Bill Belichick can get young women, he got money, you can say he buy them, whatever. All men pay. And if a woman's attracted to you, you pay less. That's just the way it is. There's no such thing as free, no free sex, no free relationship. All men pay. And if you're not paying for something, be careful. You might fall asleep in the bed with her, wake up in the morning and somebody may steal your liver. You end up in a bathtub full of ice. Free sex is the most expensive sex out here. All men pay. Grow the F up. Grown ass men. Women are going to cost you money. I don't care whether you're tricking, you're married. Married men pay the most. If you look at the divorce law and the divorce court. So let's move on from all that fantasy world of all this fantasy. You may be young and get some box free, but as women get older, they want provision and protection and security. Let's have a mature grown man, grown woman conversation. So moving further along, let's get into the crux of things. Men in our nature are very physical. We are attracted to the natural beauty of a youth, fertility, the female body. Granted, there's other dimensions to that, which is that from the visual perspective, phase one, if a woman is not physically appealing to us, she's usually dead on arrival. Now, a woman can be physically appealing to us if it's a masculine, secure, good quality man with self-esteem. He may like you and he may be attracted to you, but ultimately it's your mentality, your mindset, your attitude, your virtues that's going to make it where he would stay in a long-term relationship with you. Those are the things that are going to make your cooperation, your submission, and all of your other virtues and values is what's going to make you a 1% or 5% woman. Saying that, just because you're attractive, once he discovers your attitude, you can only go down from there. If your attitude stinks, if you're entitled, if you're high maintenance, if you're a problem. And women will say, well, they can't handle, nobody wants to handle your ass. Men are addicted to peace. Peace is the new wealth. Nobody's trying to deal with no cackling hyena, no irritating, ball-busting woman and live with. That's going to cause heart disease. Your A1C is going to be high. You're going to end up with diabetes. You're going to end up with stroke and an early death. Okay, get that off the table. Men are not choosing women because they're weak or younger women because they're weak or can't grow, grooming or any of that other crap. It's just natural nature that men are attracted to younger women because of fertility, and they're attractive and they look good. So if you don't want to work out, get in shape, or change your stinky attitude, shame on you. You're just going to have to be single, or you're going to have to get men that you don't want. But shaming men has failed. You're not going to shame men into accepting women in their mediocrity. They're not going to do it. Or men that you want. Simp will accept anything from you. But that's not what you want. You want the men that you want. So let's move on from that. The reality of this, when a man meets a woman, let's say a man is 25 and a woman is 23. We're both young. The two of them develop a relationship. He's attracted to her. He's physically attracted to her, mentally attracted to her. She gets on his program. She submits to his leadership because he's a quality man and she's a quality woman. They get married. They build a life together. which is kind of strange because most of these women out here, especially women from the black community, like to get men at the finish line. And good luck with that, because now that man has tremendous amounts of options. And why would he pick you, who didn't grow with him, or who didn't work with him? And that's where you failed already. But I digress from that. The two of them are young. She's 23, he's 25. She gets married to him. That is his woman. She comes in with her virtues, low body count or no body count. She probably be a virgin or have no bodies, which is very important to men because it's about fertility. Whose baby is it matters to men. And a woman that's promiscuous creates an environment where men will be like, it creates the distrust. Men are not trying to take care of no other men's kids, period. That's why body count matters to men. Promiscuous women cannot be trusted because you could be screwing somebody, screwing somebody down the street and have a man taking care of a baby that ain't his. Men ain't trying to do that. So let's get this insecurity thing about men wanting women that have low body count and virtuous. That's the way it used to be in the past before feminism came into play and women bought into sexual liberation and out here getting ramrodded, ending up with trauma, on your medication and needing therapy. Let's move on. So now he's with this woman. This woman is married to this woman. He works hard. He gets himself, starts advancing his career. They have their first child. They buy a house. They buy a car. He's building a life. He's married. They buy their first house. He's with her. Go through the pregnancy. She gives birth to his first kid, second kid, whatever. Go on. She gets stretch marks from that. She, whatever. Her body's, giving birth. Takes a lot of a woman's body. But he's with her. Those stretch marks are his stretch marks. They were created by the birth of his child. That child is his child that was taken out of that woman's body. Her body went through all that to produce that man's child. He loves her. He respects her. He values her. He values the fact that she gave birth to his children. He's invested in her. She treats him well. She respects him. She honors him. Throughout whole life, she's an asset to that man's life. Not one of these cacula and hyenas that happy wife, happy life type women that are parasitic. The woman that understands the true virtues and the circle of energy. Take care of those who take care of you. Who appreciates her man. That woman is with this man for 30 years, 40 years. She's loyal. She's not listening to feminists that are trying to destroy her relationship. Now, that woman and that man, they're older. He's 60. She's 57. And know what he sees? When she takes off her clothes and gets in the shower or gets in bed next to him, he sees that same 23-year-old woman. Because that's the woman who sacrificed her youth to give birth to his kids. That's the mother of his kids, the mother of the grandmother of his grandkids. That woman has invested her youth. And guess what? She ought to be taken care of on the back end. That's the way it's supposed to work. She sacrificed her youth. So now that she's older, she may not look the way she did when she was 23. But in his mind, in his eyes, he sees that same beautiful woman that he sees when she was 23 years old. Kick in modern feminism. That same woman who was married at 23 now has been programmed to believe that she's to get out here, get all these experiences, sexual experience, buy into sexual liberation, get ran through, go into the college fraternity. The basketball team pounds them out. Yes, I was a member of the basketball team. I take the fifth on any accusations. Guys, don't leave it in the comment. I don't know anything about that. Moving right along. Now, she's 30 years old now, 32 years old. Maybe she gets a simp husband, guy that she was not attracted to, because she really attracted to the guy on the football team that, did things to her back then. She's got 30 bodies on her, 40 bodies on her. She gets a simp husband. She may get a baby by him or two. But this guy makes her dry, in the words of CGA, dry as the Sahara Desert. She wants out of this relationship. It's absolutely torturous to her because every time she looks at good old Rufus over there, even though he's a good, solid dude, he dries her up. She divorces her husband, falling behind these single women or these modern women, telling her, girl, you could do better. Get yourself another man. This guy is probably the best. She doesn't consider that fact that her body and her has aged. Maybe her social status is high, but her dating market value is different, because dating market value and social status are two different things. It's about what men find desirable. So now she gets out here on this market, right? And she's dating. A guy like me is 50 years old. What we see is, one, a home wrecker. And let's say she doesn't take her care of her body. She's got stretch marks. She's obese. She's out of shape. Is she that much of a bad person? No. But now here's the situation. We have a high divorce rate in America, everywhere. The issue now is social media. The issue now is feminism. What does this society do? It tells women, you're perfect. You're awesome. You're outstanding. There's nothing wrong with you. What is the simps on everybody? The whole society is a gynocentric environment. That woman, you would think that with all those years of experience, with a career, with her job and everything else like that, you would think that her mindset, not all women, because there's some women that has become matured, has become mentally mature. Nope. Doesn't happen. Look at Lisa Ray. Look at Vivica K. Fox. And you can find many white versions of those women too. So it's not about race. They are arrestedly development and have a delusional sense of self-worth and self-value. A woman like Lisa Ray still expects some guy to be a provider and protector for her. Guys are just not going to pay for old box like that. I'm being honest with you. I'm a 50-year-old guy. I'm as much as maybe we can afford to pay. It just, imagine a guy. I'm being honest with you, ladies. Don't get mad at me. Imagine you're in the bed with a lady and she takes off her clothes and, bellies and stretch marks from having another man's kids. And I got to pay 100% of the bills? Hell no. Look, somebody's got to pay for that depreciation. I'm not paying for that shit. All of a sudden, you develop ED. You start, your shit shrinks because you're looking at, hell no. Torture. Men are not going to provide for that. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. Unless he's an absolute simp. Well, listen, all you guys are very physical, you guys are very financial. You like money. You want providers and protectors, right? You want guys to pay 100% of the bill? So damn you. If you can be, selfish in terms of finances, we can be selfish in terms of physical, But that doesn't mean at all. A woman can have good character. She can be a good, virtuous woman. If women came and had a rational conversation with men, look, I'm going to say, okay, I have everything I have together. I'm looking for companionship. We can be companions and whatever else. But no, in their mind, they're the same 23-year-old woman. And you're going to be a provider and a protector, and you're going to look out for me like I'm 23. In China and other countries, they call women that are older than 27 xingyu, which is leftover women. You see? Men have earned value. We have to go and work and bust our ass. Women have many advantages that men don't have. So a woman that's 50 like me has had 30 years to achieve a husband. 30 years in an environment that's infested with simp and weak men and men that are, are willing to kiss a woman's ass and do anything for her. Men don't have the same advantage that women do. So when you see a woman my age, and plus women file for divorce like 80% of the time. So it's not unusual to have a whole bunch of single guys. And don't say it's abuse and all that stuff. Most of it's because of boredom. Nowadays, because the great divorce is, the main thing is that women have been full with delusion from social media, thinking that something out here, and their girlfriends, their single girlfriends, tell them, girl, I just had sex with some young dude. I mean, come on, young dudes will eat roadkill. It's just the way it is. Ain't nobody trying to hunt out here in the Serengeti. It's rough for them young bucks, you know. So they'll get some roadkill if they can. So now is the situation. You're older. We're old too. Say, well, you old too. You old, bald-headed, whatever. Yeah, but we don't have the same options because I'm a man. You're a woman. Women don't look at us. Women don't look at us the same way that men look at women. They just don't. They just don't. You know, they just don't. They look at us as providers and protectors, and that has to be earned over time. You got to put in time at the job. You got to put in time with investment. And people are like, well, love, love, love. Where's love when you're talking about you want 100% provider and men to pay all your bills? That ain't what the women talking about with love. They talk about money. You know, and you know that saying by that famous saying by CGA, women are in business, men are in love. The truth of the matter is, most of these women, when they see a man, they talk to their girlfriends. Girl, he got a nice house, a car. He look like he got some money, and he look like he can take care of some stuff. Most of the times, these women are not even getting with the guy that they're attracted to. That guy was in their 20s, and he probably doing 2 bids for armed robbery or some shit, or whatever the hell he's into. Or maybe he just got himself a nice wife somewhere, and he's living the best life, but he was not really getting involved long-term with her. So it comes down to this. And you see Lisa Ray, not picking on Lisa Ray. I like Lisa Ray. Don't think when I'm talking about these people, I dislike them. But here's the deal. Lisa Ray is 60. Okay? Let's say a guy like Bill Belichick is 73. Now, whatever they say about the young lady, she needs to be checked. I think Bill Belichick is full of crap. I think that's stage. What I call the feed the hyena. Bill Belichick, you puppet master, stop it. I can look at your body language in your face, and I can tell that you just wrote up a master damn play, and I give her the Academy Award. I give you the Academy Award for bullshit. Because at the end of the day, all you're doing is controlling the narrative, feeding the feminists. What the feminists love? They love to see women empowered. So when they see her, he showed the old man. These old men think they're gonna get these young girls and they're gonna control them. Look at that. She's in charge. Yeah, man, he probably took that night, took 2 Viagras and pounded the hell out of that young girl. That girl ain't in no control of nothing. That's all bullshit. Anyhow, I digress from that. I've had too much training with FBI behavioral assessment and counterterrorism, and you know, I understand bullshit. So at the end of the day, it's just the way it is. But the question becomes is this. Bill Belichick is not stupid. He knows that she's there for the money. Bill Belichick, 73 years old, he's got the Grim Reaper falling behind him. Any day he can wake up and be dead. That's why he's back at North Carolina coaching right now, because he wants to live his best life, and that's what he loves to do, live his best life. So the question becomes this. Since he knows he had 2 marriages and whatever else, and at the end it all comes down to the money, you're going to have to pay regardless. The question is, are you going to pay for some old, wrinkled up woman like Lisa Ray, or are you going to pay for something young and tight that's 24? Both women are gold diggers. Now, all the Christian folks kick rocks. This is not a Christian conversation. This is just a logical conversation. Look, I'm all prayed up, so don't harass me. I'm just telling the truth and how these decisions are made from men's logical perspective. No morality is on the table here. You wanna have a moral conversation? Please go to TBN. This is not TBN. This is A Peaceful Life. And I give it straight and plain and clear. So now, Bill Belichick has to make a decision. Are you paying for a young gold digger, where he gets in bed and he gets a quick erection? Boom! Just on sight. No wrinkles on her body. No stretch marks from other men's baby. No menopausal mustache. No turkey neck. No crow's feet. No big underbellies. No wrinkled bottoms. Does he pay for that? Or does he pay for something young and tight where he's like, boom? All these men be jealous of Bill Belichick. Look, the man is being followed by the Grim Reaper. Every day is a blessing. So he says to himself, I can get an old, arrested, developed gold digger or a young one, 24, and ride out these days with a smile. That's the tough situation. That's the reality of the situation. That's why guys like Bill Belichick make the decisions that they make. Because they know that most of the options available to them at 73 years old, since they didn't hit the relationship lottery at 25, are bad choices. Sinew women, many of them have not taken care of their body. Many of them have been home wreckers. Many of them suffer from social media-induced arrested development. They're arrogant, they're entitled, they're crazy like Lisa Ray and Vivica Fox type women. And if you're going to deal with bullshit, deal with it with something young, fresh, and tight. If you're going to deal with gold diggers, at least deal with a gold digger that can create an erection. As opposed to one where you have to take a whole bottle of Viagra and you're probably going to end up dead from your heart's going to stop. Bill Belichick is not worried about her getting him for whatever else. 73 years old, every day is a blessing for him. Do I agree with it? No, but I understand. Leave your comments down below and call me whatever names you want. At the end of the day, I'm just delivering the message. I'm just a messenger. Call me shallow, call men shallow, call whatever. It ain't gonna change a damn thing. Shannon Sharpe situation ain't gonna change a damn thing. The men with money and resources, the women should have been with those guys over these years, and the women are not with them. So it's hard and difficult for men that are older to go get women their age because they don't have to pay for the depreciation that was caused by another man. Yes, I know we're human beings and that we have our own values and whatever else. But the truth of the matter is, it is what it is, and it ain't going to change. Just like you're not going to be settling for broke older men, I don't think women want to be settling for, a man won't be settling for physically broke older women. Mentally broke too. Not saying all women are like that. There's some very good older women. But at the end of the day, that's the reality of it. I'm out. I'll talk to you guys soon.